Nestled between jagged mountains and the shimmering expanse of the Red Sea, the Kingdom of Aksum quietly rises from obscurity. Once a scattered collection of tribes, these resilient people unify under a powerful vision, to build an empire that commands respect and wealth. The land itself seems alive with promise, fertile valleys, strategic access to trade routes, and untapped resources. But beneath the surface of bustling marketplaces and towering stone obelisks lies an air of mystery. Ancient rituals, whispered legends, and secret councils govern the fate of Aksum's future. As the sun rises over this hidden empire, ambitions awaken, ambitions that will shape not only the fate of a kingdom but echo through history itself. From distant lands, slender ships glide across the Red Sea, their sails billowing like the wings of exotic birds. They carry precious cargo, fragrant spices, gleaming ivory, rare gems, and secrets whispered in foreign tongues. Aksum's port city of Adulis bursts with life, a crossroads where merchants, envoys, and spies mingle in crowded bazaars. Trade is more than commerce here, it is power. Rival factions vie for control of the lucrative routes that link Africa to Arabia, India, and even the mighty Roman Empire. Behind the exchange of goods, political games unfold, alliances forged in shadow, betrayals plotted over wine, and ancient rivalries simmering beneath polite smiles. In this intricate web, Aksum's leaders navigate carefully, using cunning and diplomacy to ensure their kingdom's rise. But as wealth flows like a river, so too does danger, and the mysteries hidden within the trade routes threaten to unravel the empire's dreams. At the heart of Aksum's grandeur sits a king both revered and feared. His crown gleams like the gold coins minted in his name, but his eyes hide a deeper burden. Behind the palace's ornate walls, he convenes in secrecy with shadowy advisors, men and women who whisper of a faith unknown to many. This king, driven by visions of unity and power, secretly embraces a new religion that promises divine favor and a path to lasting peace. But the choice is perilous. Old priests seethe with suspicion, and loyal nobles quietly plot to preserve ancient traditions. The pack stirs unrest beneath the kingdom's surface, threatening to ignite a fire that could either purify or consume all of Aksum. As the king walks this dangerous path, every decision ripples through the realm, weaving a delicate balance between hope and chaos. Within the marble halls of the royal palace, a forbidden love blooms, quiet and desperate. The king's trusted advisor, a man shrouded in loyalty and secrets, finds his heart torn between duty and desire. The princess, radiant and bound by tradition, hides her affection beneath a veil of courtly smiles, knowing that their union could either unite rival clans or shatter the fragile peace. But love in Aksum is a dangerous game. Whispered rumors weave through the corridors like poison, and eyes that once showed trust now flicker with suspicion. Behind the smiles lurks betrayal. The advisor's ambitions darken his loyalty, plotting to claim the throne for himself. As passion ignites and schemes unfold, the crown itself becomes a weapon, poisoned not just by venom but by treachery that threatens to unravel the very fabric of the kingdom. Aksum's towering obelisks rise like ancient sentinels, carved from single blocks of stone and inscribed with the stories of kings and gods. They stand as proud symbols of power and divine favor, casting long shadows over the bustling city below. But as the seasons turn, a strange darkness creeps over the land. Cracks appear in the stones, unnatural tremors shake the earth, and once fertile fields begin to wither. The people whisper of a curse, an ancient wrath awakened by pride and forgotten sins. Storms batter the coast, and the Red Sea grows restless, swallowing ships whole. Scholars and priests scramble to interpret the omens, while common folk grow fearful. Is this a warning from the gods or the beginning of Aksum's unraveling? As dread spreads, the obelisks no longer stand as mere monuments. They become haunting reminders of a fate too terrible to ignore. From the edges of the empire, forgotten clans and exiled warriors begin to stir. Whispers of rebellion slip through the night like smoke, and old alliances crumble under the weight of greed and resentment. In the shadows, rival factions gather strength, fueled by years of bitterness and the desire to claim Aksum's riches for themselves. Amidst this growing unrest, a mysterious figure emerges. Cloaked in secrecy, their identity unknown even to the king's closest spies. With a charm as lethal as a dagger's blade, this shadowed stranger weaves a web of deceit, turning enemies into allies and friends into foes. As conspiracies tighten their grip, Aksum's rulers find themselves trapped in a deadly game of power and survival. The once unshakable kingdom now trembles under threats unseen and enemies unknown. The king's new faith spreads like wildfire, igniting passion and fury across Aksum's vast lands. Temples once dedicated to ancient gods fall silent, replaced by churches where hymns echo with newfound hope. But this transformation fractures the kingdom's heart. Loyalists to old traditions clash violently with fervent converts. Families are torn apart, villages burn, and once unbreakable bonds shatter under the weight of belief. The royal court itself becomes a battlefield, where whispered plots and open confrontations threaten to erupt into civil war. Amid the chaos, the king struggles to hold his empire together, walking a razor's edge between unity and destruction. The fire of faith promises renewal, but it also risks consuming everything in its path. Once a beacon of wealth and power, Aksum's shining cities begin to fade like a distant star slipping beneath the horizon. Trade routes that once pulsed with life shift abruptly, leaving the kingdom isolated and vulnerable. Allies grow silent, and enemies circle like vultures waiting for the final fall. Whispers spread of famine, drought, and strange illnesses sweeping through the land. The bustling markets grow quiet. The mighty ships that once sailed the Red Sea remain moored, their sails tattered and forgotten. Panic and despair grip the people as the empire's heartbeat slows. Was it nature's cruel hand, ruthless conquest, or betrayal from within that doomed Aksum? The answers vanish with the empire, swallowed by time and dust, leaving behind only ruins and riddles that defy understanding. Centuries after Aksum's disappearance, explorers and scholars stumble upon its forgotten ruins, majestic obelisks shattered, stone temples cloaked in vines, and faded inscriptions carved into ancient walls. But beneath the surface of these relics lie secrets, far deeper than anyone imagined. Ancient scrolls hint at conspiracies that entwined kings and priests, trade deals laced with deception, and alliances broken in shadows. Cryptic symbols speak of a hidden power struggle that may have sealed the empire's fate. As historians race to piece together the past, mysterious forces seem to guard the truth. Lost artifacts vanish, and those who dig too deep encounter unexplained dangers. The ruins whisper their stories, but some secrets refuse to be uncovered. Just when the world believes Aksum's story is finished, a shocking discovery shakes the foundations of history. A hidden heir, long thought lost, emerges from the shadows. Claiming bloodline and destiny, this figure vows to revive the kingdom's forgotten glory and reclaim its rightful place among empires. But old enemies lurk, ready to extinguish this last spark of hope. As alliances shift and new threats rise, the fate of Aksum hangs in the balance. Will the legacy of the trading giant be restored, or will it become a cautionary tale of ambition and downfall? In this final act of power, faith, and betrayal, the echoes of Aksum's past roar to life once more, reminding us that some stories never truly end.